YouTube, what's happening? It's your girl Makar here from Cougar's Closet. How you guys feeling out there tonight? All right, so I don't plan on being on here long or whatever, but I just want to bring something to your attention that has been kind of slowly coming up on mine, and see if you guys are noticing certain things about some of these social media sites that I'm starting to notice, and Facebook, basically, in general, is I just want to see if I was crazy, or if I was fishing around for something. You let me know. Okay, so when Facebook first got started or whatever, basically it was considered to be everybody's own individual personal platform, and you were able to do whatever you wanted to do with your platform. I thought that that was my understanding of it. That when they first got started, that it was for family and friends to get on there and find each other. Pass pictures around. If people want to talk about certain things, how their day was or whatever, you were free to do that. Well, lately, I say maybe the last 2 or 3 years, I have been kind of noticing some weird stuff with Facebook, but I thought that maybe I was tripping. And some of these weird things were like, I have a couple of friends, right? I have a lot of friends, and they are very influential, and they have like powerful voices and powerful presentation. And so at first, when people were sharing things, it was more like, to get a couple of laughs, to pass on something, some type of meme, that was funny, that people had posted and they wanted to share. It was more type of that thing. It was more of cosmetic, even though it was your own personal platform. But somewhere in here, it started getting a little bit more serious, like you have your miniature Farrakhan's, you have your miniature Martin Luther King's, different people, that stood for certain beliefs. And so, as people have been doing a lot of research and been doing a lot of discovering, people are coming on their platforms, and they are starting to get more personal with their platforms, and some of them are becoming teachers, and they're starting to educate, and they're starting to put the knowledge out there and tell you to find it and do the research, or they're giving you history about what went on, with my people, with your people, like in the slave days, or, what was available to us and what wasn't, and what we could do and what we couldn't, And then there are people on here that's have come up with the concept that African Americans, they aren't from Africa. They are from here, and they are the real native Indians. So just to throw out there, there's a lot of different topics, that people are using their platforms for to get the word across, to educate. And so I noticed over time, people had started going to Facebook jail. Hell, I didn't even know what Facebook jail was. And I would look up, and some of my friends, I noticed they wouldn't be on there for a long period of time. And then they would come back and say that they was on Facebook jail or something. And then they might post, what Facebook sent them, describing the reason why they were going to be in Facebook jail, and how long they were going to be in face jail. So I'm like, okay, well, that's something new. Didn't know nothing about that, but okay. So over time, being on Facebook, you start meeting more people instead of seeing these memes and instead of seeing these things that make you laugh and these clips off of videos. Now, when you're starting to click on Facebook, you are starting to see people that are personalizing their platforms. And instead of the memes, they've started replacing them with how they feel. They start letting their mind leak out, and they're starting to, you know, be educational and tell you about things, that you think you should know or are to your benefit. And they're talking about their different beliefs and different religions and things to that nature. And now all of a sudden, sorry y'all, I should cut that off, but I didn't. And so now all of a sudden, we've went from Facebook jail to Facebook bans. So, of course, I know you all know what Facebook bans are. Is when you are permanently banned from Facebook for speaking out on something, for being, I guess, too raw, with your content. It appears that they want things a certain way. They want. Y'all, hold on, let me cut this thing off, or I ain't gonna be able to talk. Hold on. Gotta take my microphone off. All right, I'm sorry about that, y'all. But getting back to what I was saying, it appears that Facebook, they want their platform to be more cosmetic and more watery. They don't like users talking about certain things, or they don't like users bringing things to the attention of other users. And so, now don't get me wrong here. Everything has rules. I don't care what it is. Everything has rules. You have to have rules to keep things from going all over the place, right? Well, okay, so my understanding was the rules were, you know, as long as you weren't threatening people, as long as you weren't trying to take the world out or do something, set bombs off or, commit suicide on Facebook or try to hurt others on Facebook or whatever. I thought the rest of it was pretty much up in the air. But that really doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like they want to control what comes down through that portal. So if you are starting to become bigger than yourself and putting education out there and putting knowledge out there and discovering some of these stories that we were taught as kids really don't exist, or finding out that your family isn't from Africa, your family is right from here, just anything of educational knowledge that could turn somebody on, where people could get together and kind of flip the world around. They don't want that. They gonna get in here and break it up. It's like, some Black Panthers meeting together, and the police come in there and break that up. Every time somebody try to get together, they come in and break it up, which shows me, y'all, and should show you all, that the world is not as big as we think it is. Like I've looked on TV or whatever, and they've taken Farrakhan's platform away from him. And there was a guy on there, Wesley somebody, and they permanently took his platform away from him, which I didn't understand unless I was missing something. He went on to his platform on YouTube, and he showed the texts that they actually sent, the conversations that he was having back and forth. And all I remember about him was that he dropped a video that had went viral saying that he was a preacher and he no longer was a preacher and he didn't believe in God. And the video went viral. And next thing you know, he was on there, he was uploading other things, but they was about religion and they was about belief and stuff. That it wasn't anything about hurting anybody or anything. Well, they banned him, and he asked why was he being banned, because he needed his platform. And he showed his phone on YouTube, where Facebook had came back and said that the information that he was putting out there was harmful, and it was harmful to others, and it was destructive, and it was dangerous, and it was all of these things. And so he had wrote back and said, well, I haven't threatened anybody. There's no video where I threatened anybody. I'm just on here talking about my beliefs. And they responded back. They did. But amongst them responding back, they told him that this is the last message that we are going to be leaving you. And they said, we can't basically have you on our platform because you are being constructive on our website. You are, being controversial on our website. And they didn't respond back to him after that either. And so his Facebook page has been destroyed, banned. And it's been times like I have certain YouTubers, I'm sorry, not YouTubers, certain Facebook people that I follow that I have met, from last year or the year before, if not, people that I grew up with. And it's strange because I didn't notice this at first. They was always getting on there, uploading the video, and they was really kicking some real stuff, telling you why X, Y, and Z was going on and what happened back in the day and this and that and the other. Well, I would look for them. I noticed that I didn't see them or something. They mysteriously come up missing to the point where they somewhere getting a new page together and trying to figure out a new way to get on there. I've been on there, and people that's been dropping informative videos have got on there and saying that they footage was missing. It mysteriously went off of there, and I went on there, to see if I could see some of the stuff. Some of the stuff that they thought was gone, it wasn't gone. It was on there, but some of the stuff that, some of the videos we didn't find on there. Some of them was taken down. Some of them was taken down and they popped back up again. It's been some strange stuff happening with that, like they want to control what comes down that gateway right there. And I don't think it's necessarily about somebody, starting trouble or being too dangerous. I just think it's about people coming together and the knowledge and becoming more powerful, because we were always that anyway, but we got separated. So I think they're 10 steps ahead of us, that this is a place where we can come together and reunite and get back what's been taken from us as far as our intellect goes, and how powerful that we are, and some of us putting together that we actually are one race. They breaking up these parties, y'all, from getting together. That's what's going on. So the person that you was about to start the party with, the leader, they done kicked him out. So now you don't have anybody to talk to as far as who gonna lead that. who was in charge of the organization, who was going to put this together. All of that gets muted out and this person is gone like they never ever existed before. This is what I'm starting to see happening on there. There's another lady that I watch. Like I said, this lady, she talks about us being Indians, and she's on there and she's talking about how you can find out what Indian tribe you really come from, how you can find out where your reservation is, and meet up with your people, and you can get your real identity card of you being a native Indian. And she's talking about how they have to pay you once they find out what percentage of Indian you are. And so I go onto her page all the time, and we be on there, when people first start talking, they need to get warmed up or whatever. So the conversation just don't always take off all the time. But she delivers some real good content, y'all. And so she'll be getting warmed up, and it seemed like as soon as that video get ready to start rocking, as soon as she get ready to start dropping gems, because see, a lot of times she go on there live. Soon as she start dropping gems, y'all, the live get to acting funny. She got ground wire internet. What's going on here? She ain't using nobody else's Wi-Fi. She ain't nowhere in McDonald's parking lot on their Wi-Fi. She at home with a ground wire internet service, and all of a sudden, y'all, her video will get cut off. It'll just drop off the face of the earth. Then she'll get back on and she'll start talking again. Well, she don't jump right back into the subject again of where we left off at. It's more of, I told y'all, they trying to cut me off. They've been trying to kick me off of here for a long time. Okay, everything clear, everything fine. But then as she starts to get back to what she was saying, starting to open that stream up again, all of a sudden, y'all, her page just started getting distorted. These little pixels start coming in, her face all moved around and blocked all apart, just voice all staticky. It sound like somebody didn't put some static through a microphone, just sizzling, going all out the way, just disconnecting us from her. I just started to notice weird things that have been going on that platform when people go to be educational, when people go to inspire, when people go to talk about things that nobody knew about. But this is my thing. How is it that we're able to have people on here shaking tail all over the place, butt naked? That's acceptable. We're able to see some violence on there, see some fights on there. That's acceptable. All of these things are acceptable to a certain degree. But then when you start going to bridge the gaps in and filling the gaps about these stories that you done found out that's not true, about what they done forced down your throat back in high school and back in junior high, and all these fictional days that we celebrating that don't exist and all that. When you get to talking some real stuff, you disappear. You go to jail. You get muted. You get banned. All these strange things happen, but you can clearly look over here and see that there's bigger fish to fry. But we don't fry those. We want the smaller fish. So we act like we want the smaller fish. We letting the smaller fish put on the show for us, entertain us, about things that are considered by the world to be unacceptable. But when people are talking about things that went on that were unacceptable then, as well as now, they can't get together. They can't get together. You can't get together and educate. You can't get together and talk about. You can't do it. So I guess I'm confused because people are getting banned for talking about their beliefs, right? Well, I'm looking at it like this. Okay, well, you got people coming to America from all over the world. Chinese people, Buddhists, Indian people, Arabic people, people that are non-American that have different beliefs. So when we get on here, and not only that, let me back this up. African people, African American people that has been stolen from the motherland, that has different beliefs and different religions. So when we get on here to talk about our different beliefs and our different religions, who are we offending if that's what we believe in? Whose criteria are we following about the religion that we're speaking about? Because if we were stolen from the motherland, then the religion that we speak of today has been forced upon us. So that's not our true religion. So you mean to tell me that people that's coming from different melting pots with different religions, they don't have the right to talk or speak up on their religion? Whose religion is we following by a straight code of conduct that every time you get on here, you getting banned or you going in jail because you talking about religion that's then violated somebody else's religion? But everybody from different walks of life with different religions. So who being disrespected here for talking about their own religion? I think it's more of a control agenda going on here, y'all. What do y'all think? Everything is being controlled. So I'm going to ask my next question because, true enough, this is my channel, but I'm not big on educating all the time. I'm not big on being a teacher all the time. I'm not big on sharing my experiences all the time. Sometimes, when I get on here, I'm curious. I'm looking for answers as well. I'm looking for suggestions as well. I guess my question for my subscribers that come on my channel, is there another way to build an independent platform that strictly belongs to you, where you are free to talk about whatever you want to talk about? Because see, they give you these platforms and tell you that they're your platforms, but as soon as you go against something that they don't believe in, then it's not your platform anymore. Matter of fact, you offer the platform, but I thought it was my platform. So I guess that's where the confusion is coming in for me at. Like I said, as long as nobody's threatening, promoting violence, or doing something harmful, or doing something harmful to one set of group of people, or whatever the deal is. If people want to discuss their beliefs, if people want to be educators, if people want to talk about what they discovered for today, about what went on in 1934 or whatever, if people discover that they've been spending all this extra money on Christmas and come to find out they found out Christmas don't exist, or these pagan god holidays, and they don't do nothing designed to keep you broke and this and that. They don't want to participate in it no more, and they want to share this with the world. And other people sitting back like, well, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I've been going broke too, and I really didn't think that these type of things existed too. You giving me a light bulb to go off in my head. Now we starting to come together, and all of a sudden we get cut off, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to build your own personal platform without having to use social media? Is there a way to get a website going or something and some type of PayPal, if people want to tip you, or you offering a service for your set prices on what you charge for this service, or a consultation. What do we need to do to get us platforms going, to platforms that we can't be kicked off of because people feel like we violating their rights, or violating rights of others, or violating rights, and we don't even know who rights we violating. But the thing is, always been violated. That's why we on here talking about this stuff, y'all. But we wrong for getting on here talking about that we've been violated. So I don't understand. Like, even with this video, I'm not going to post it to Facebook. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. But I'm just saying what I'm noticing about Facebook. Would they have a problem if they seen this? And I'm educating people and turning people on to what I'm starting to notice that's going on with their platform. It's like when you wake up to something and you start telling other people something, you taking a chance of your voice not being heard. You being muted out. You being kicked off permanently. And all you did is spreading the word of the gospel. All you did is teaching someone. You might just drop a fact and don't even drop the documentation behind it, and tell somebody where they can go read up on this documentation at. Everything on there is getting to the point, y'all, where it's considered to be treacherous, where it's considered to be dangerous, where it's putting other people's lives in danger. But nobody's talking about putting anybody's life in danger. People are talking about their ancestors' lives that have been in danger. Maybe, part of that, it wouldn't solve all of it, but maybe that's what people need to get up on here and be able to vent and relieve about what happened to them, if they can do it in a nice, classy, elegant, graceful manner. I don't know what it's going to take. I just noticed that I am, and I have been noticing some strange things going on there as far as people and how they are running, or how they want their so-called platform ran, basically. That is what I'm seeing, y'all. Is anybody else seeing these things? What could we do to get us something going? Because that's the thing. Everything that is always given to us is always something that can be taken away from us if we ain't following their guidelines. Who are they? Who are these people? If we're not following their code of conduct, their belief, who are they? What religion and belief system are we following? Whose is it? Because everybody has their own religion and beliefs. So I'm wrong to talk about my religion and my beliefs, or somebody from out the continent of Asia, they wrong to talk about their beliefs, or Jewish people, they wrong. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The script about when they come down and say you violated, your belief, you violated religion and beliefs. Whose is it? Theirs? Whose stuff is we rocking with? I'm confused. I don't know, y'all. Let me know if there's other things that y'all think we could do, like other platforms that we could build on our own, that would personally be ours, and you would just have to lay it brick by brick. That would be the thing. You would have to put in the work, because Facebook and Instagram, they already provide you with the people. But if you started from the ground up and figured out a way to get your own platform that you personally owned, then You would have to bring the people to you, and people would have to, through word of mouth, get turned on to you and things to that nature. But I'm just trying to figure out, how do we start getting things that belong to us that no one can take, if you know what I mean. So this calls for a little brainstorming. Like I said, y'all, I didn't know how long I was going to be on here, but I just I want to speak on that because I thought maybe I was crazy about some of these things that I've been seeing. It's a certain way you have to talk. It's a certain way you have to walk, or if not, you mute it out, you banned, ciao, Stella Vista, bonjour, oui, oui, you all of these things if you don't follow these guidelines. But my thing is, whose guidelines are they? Cougar's Closet. Mwah.